Hello, welcome to At the Core of It class, where we'll be focusing on the core of our body, which is our spine. In today's class, we're going to do exercises that relate to our cervical vertebrae all the way down to our sacral vertebrae. Why do this class? Having a soft and weak core has been linked to heart disease, diabetes, and poor posture. Before we begin, you'll need a chair with a straight back and a towel or a resistance band. All the exercises in this class will be performed in the seated position. Are you ready to strengthen your midsection, reduce your back pain, and improve blood flow throughout your whole body? Let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start focusing on our cervical and thoracic vertebrae. A lot of times when we have pain in our neck, it's related to tightness in our shoulders. So that's where we're going to start today. You can sit all the way back in your chairs, and looking straight ahead, you're going to lead with your chin and turn and look over your shoulder. Now, as you do this, try not to let that shoulder get pulled forward. Try to keep your shoulder tucked back. You're going to come back to center, and we're going to turn and look the other direction. Again, try to keep those shoulders pulled back as we continue to turn from side to side. Back to center and turn. Keeping that good posture and loosening up those neck muscles. Center and turn. We're going to do one more. Turn. Turn. All right, looking straight ahead, keeping those shoulders pulled back. You're going to take your ear now and drop it down toward your shoulder. So just like on the last one where you kept your shoulder pulled back, this time you're going to keep your shoulder pulled downward. You should feel a nice stretch along the side of your neck. You're going to come back to center and do it on the other side. Come back to center and over. We're going to hold it about 3 seconds each time. Back to center and over. Now, if you feel a lot of pain or discomfort as you do this, maybe don't go down quite as far. And remember, try to keep your shoulder from raising up toward your ear. We've got one more to do on each side. And back to center. Good. Still working on our cervical vertebrae. We're going to do a chin tuck. So this one's really good for your neck muscles, the back of your neck, to help prevent you from getting something called forward head. So looking straight ahead, I want you to make the letter L, okay? You're going to place your thumb right there on your chest, and you're going to point your index finger right there on your chin. Now, I'm going to turn sideways. You all can keep looking forward. You're going to take your chin, and you're going to pull it straight back. So try not to lift it up. I want you to pull it straight back, and then you're going to bring it back to your finger. Straight back into your finger. So we're going to hold that about 3 seconds, and then we're going to come forward. If you're getting a double chin, you are doing it correctly. I always think of this exercise like a turtle pulling its head into its shell. One more. Good. Go ahead and relax. Moving down our body now, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So you can place your hands on your lap. You're going to pick your shoulders up. You're going to pull them back and around. So you're lifting them up, back, and around. Sometimes whenever I do this in other classes, we do them pretty quick. I want this to be a nice slow movement. Up, back, and around. If you have some arthritis in your shoulders, you might feel a little bit of popping whenever you do this, but that is okay. That's just warming up those muscles. This is actually an arthritis exercise. Up, back, and around. Let's do one more. Back and around. And you notice I only go backward with that because that helps keep our shoulders pulled back. Our next one is a shoulder shrug, and I'm actually going to have you scoot forward. If you're not able to scoot forward, you can stay back, but try to bring your arms out to your side. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot forward in my chair. If you're sitting forward with me, I want you to try to keep that upright posture. You're going to drop your hands down by your side, palms are facing toward your legs, and you're going to raise both shoulders up toward your ears, hold it, and now you're going to lower them down as if you're putting your hands down into deep pockets. So really try to emphasize bringing those shoulders down. Again, you're going to raise them up, and you can take a deep breath in as you're doing this, and breathing out and dropping those hands down into those deep imaginary pockets. Up. And breathing out, coming down. Now as we come down, try not to let your body just sink. I want you to still keep that posture and really just try to pull the shoulders down. Deep breath in, raising them up, breathing out, coming back down. One more time. Up, breathing out, and down. Okay. Our next one, you're going to have your hand facing toward your face, and you're going to take this right hand, you're going to raise it up toward the ceiling. Now, a lot of times whenever we have the tendency to do this, we might move our head. I want you to try to keep that shoulder away from your ear, okay? And you're going to bring it back down. So you're raising that arm up and bringing it back down. Again, trying to relieve some of that tightness in our shoulders. This is a good stretch to do. Something you can ask yourself is if you have full range of motion, or does your shoulder completely lift up? One more. All right, we're switching to the other hand, same thing. If you can't reach as high as I am, you can modify and come right to a level that's comfortable to you. So again, keeping your head straight, try not to lean our head to the side, bringing that arm straight up and then back down. Keeping that hand, palm facing toward our face. We're going to do two more. Last one. Good. All right, on this next one, we're going to do a shoulder rotation. So I want you to place your right arm up against your side. Your elbow is bent, that elbow is right against you. And you're going to take your left hand and place it right there on your midsection. Okay? Now you're going to have your palm opened up, facing toward the ceiling. And you're just going to take that palm, bring it out to the side. As you're doing this, you're trying to keep that elbow close to you. And then you're going to bring it back. So this hand is placed right here on our midsection to help us, just remind us that we need to sit up nice and tall as we're doing this. So if you're starting to feel like you're sinking down with that hand, try to raise yourself back up. And you might notice as you do this, you want to bring your arm all the way out to the side. I really want you to try to keep that elbow glued to your side. Feel that rotation right here in your shoulder. One more. Good. We're going to switch and do the other side. Elbow tucked in, it is bent, palm up, and you're bringing that palm out to the side and back in. So all these are really good for your middle to upper back, just helping you with your posture. Good. Now we're going to do both at the same time. So elbows both are bent, palms are up, and you're going to rotate out. Feel that squeeze and bring it back. Now, if you feel like your elbows are coming away from you, you're going a little too far. So just go to a point where you feel it in your upper back, you feel it right here in your shoulders, and then bring it back together. Last one. Good. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite move. We're going to rotate inward. Okay, so you can relax your other hand. Again, your elbow is bent next to your side. You're going to take that hand and you're going to rotate in and then back to neutral. Again, just working our shoulder, loosening it up. One more. All right, let's do the other side. Rotating in. And try to keep that good posture, nice tight midsection, but make sure you're not holding your breath. Last one. Good. All right, our next one might be a little bit more on the challenging side, and you can make a modification with it, but you're going to make the letter W. So you see right here, it's going to make the letter W, okay? We're going to do a chest stretch. So your palms are facing toward your head or toward your face, and you're just going to pull those elbows back. Feel that pinch in your back and feel that stretch in your chest. And then bring it forward. So we're going to hold it about 5 seconds if you can. Now I'm up fairly high. If it's too hard, you can always bring those elbows down and you get the same effect. Okay, I'm going to keep mine up here and then bring it back. Last one, feel that pinch, feel that stretch in the chest, and bring it back together. Y'all are doing great, let's keep going. Our next one's gonna focus on our lats. So our lats are in our upper back. Again, we are going to make that W, okay? And if you need to modify, just bring the elbows down. I'm gonna keep mine up here. And you're gonna just start with this right hand, you're gonna bring that elbow down to your side, and then back up. Okay, now you might again have the tendency to kind of try to move your midsection. I want you to stay straight up as you're doing this move. All right, we're going to switch to the other side. Just bringing that elbow down. Keeping our core nice and tight. Last one. All right, nice job. Our last one that we're going to do before we move down our body is lengthening through our back. So you're going to have your palms up, your elbows are bent, you're keeping this nice good posture, and you're just going to extend your right arm forward and then bring it back. So again, you might have the urge to kind of lean forward with it. I want you just to sit up nice and straight and just move that arm. Again, this class is focused all about our spine. So we're going to try to keep our spine nice and straight throughout most of the class. All right, switch hands. Okay, we're going to move down our body now, and we're going to focus on our lumbar and sacral vertebrae. On this next one, you can stay where you're at in your chair, or you can move all the way to the back, whichever you feel comfortable with. But you're going to place your feet out a little bit, heels are on the floor, and you can place your hands on your hips. You're going to keep your back nice and straight, and we're going to do a hip hinge. So you're just going to come forward, keeping that back straight, and then you're going to come straight back up. So back is straight, we're hinging at the hips, and then we're coming back up. Our heels are out. If you notice as you're doing this, you need to move around in the chair, feel free to do so. And try to check your posture as you're coming down, because that's usually where we lose it, is on the way down, not necessarily on the way up. We're going to do 2 more. All right, now I'm going to have you scoot forward. You're going to place those feet flat on the floor, and we're going to do that hip hinge. So come forward, keeping that back straight. Our neck is neutral, so it's not rounded, it's not arched up, it's just in a neutral position. Your hands are coming down by your sides, palms are facing inward toward your legs, and you're just going to pull them up and then bring them back down. Okay, so try to keep that back nice and straight. You're just lifting those elbows up, squeezing, and bringing them back down. I always use the analogy that this is like starting a lawnmower the old-fashioned way. Keeping that back lengthened and straight, keeping your neck neutral, squeezing at the top, and bringing it back down. We're going to do 2 more of these. All right, come back up, keeping that spine straight. You can bend your knees at a 90-degree angle. And we're going to do a seated crunch. So you can place your hands right here on your legs. You're going to sit up tall as you inhale, and as you exhale, you're just going to hinge forward, keeping that back straight. Ready? Take a deep breath in, sitting up tall, and breathing out, hinging forward. Breathing in, sit up nice and tall, lengthening that spine, and breathing out, hinging forward again. Now, as we do this, I want you to feel that tightness in your abdomen. Breathing out, coming back down. We're doing some seated crunches. Breathing in, sitting up tall, and exhaling, coming forward, keeping that spine nice and straight. This is an easy one you all can do every single day, just sitting and watching TV. Back down, and we'll come back up to good sitting posture. We're going to do a seated torso twist on this next one. So if you have osteoporosis or your doctor has told you not to twist your spine, you might sit this one out. Otherwise, feel free to do this one with me. These torso twists engage your core, particularly your oblique muscles, but it also encourages spinal mobility. So to do this exercise, I want you to sit tall, your feet are flat, your knees are about hip distance apart, and you're going to place your hands together. Now, if you can't extend your arms all the way, you can bring them in close. Elbows can be out to the side. I'm going to have my arms out straight. And we are going to exhale as we slightly twist to the right, come back to center, and then exhale as we slightly twist to the left. So we're breathing in as we come back to center. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Again, I want you to try to keep that upright posture. Try not to sink down into your chair. We're going to do one more. And back to center. So these next couple of exercises are really important because in my job I see a lot of times where individuals might be sitting in a regular chair, they might be sitting in a wheelchair, but you'll start to see where somebody kind of just leans to one side. And sometimes that could be because of different health factors, but also it could be because of just weakness in these oblique muscles. So that's what we're working on now. Our next one we're going to do, you're going to sit in the middle of your chair if you're comfortable with it. Otherwise you can sit all the way to the back. It's just a little bit more of a challenge if you sit in the middle. You're going to place your hands right there on your knees or on your legs. And we're just going to raise our right arm about shoulder height and then bring it back down. Now we'll do the left, shoulder height and down. So as we do this, I want you to try to keep that spine nice and straight. Try not to get too soft right there in the core. And I'm going to build on this exercise a couple of times. So this is just the basic exercise. All right, place both hands back down. Now we're going to build on it. You're going to raise your right, raise your left, and bring them both back down. So what I see whenever I do this with people is they will raise their right, they'll do fine, but as they raise that left, they usually start to fall backward. So I want to work on that so that you all don't do that, and you keep that good upright posture. So right hand up, left hand up, and back down. Right, left, down. One more time. Good. Okay, if you need to rest your back for a little bit, you can sit all the way back. I'll let you rest for just a little bit because we're going to build off of that one again. Except this time, instead of just raising them straight ahead, we're going to also go out to the side. Okay, you ready? I know I didn't give you much of a break. Let's go ahead and scoot right there to the middle of our chair. Hands are on our legs again. Here we go. Right up, left up. Now we're going to go out to the side. Try not to fall backward. Bring it back together and down. Okay, so that's going to be our pattern. We're going up, up, out, together, and down. Okay? Out, together, and down. Try to keep that back nice and straight. Out, together, down. We're going to do two more. You're doing great. Keep it up. And down. Last one. Together and down. All right, on this one, you want to scoot all the way to the front of your chair. If you have arms on your chair, they might get in your way. You're going to extend your arms down by your side and keeping good posture. You're just going to take that right arm, you're going to let it slide down, and then you're going to come straight back up. So as we do this one, I see people have the tendency to come forward. I want you to go just straight over to the side and come back up. You don't have to go over too terribly far, just whatever you're comfortable with, but you're still working those oblique muscles, keeping your core nice and strong. And whenever you keep your core strong, it helps eliminate some of that lower back pain. So that's why we're doing some of these exercises, because I hear a lot of people that tell me they have some lower back pain. So we're trying not to fall forward, we're trying not to fall backward, we're going straight over to the side. Okay, we're going to do one more on each side. All right, are you feeling that in your midsection yet? Hopefully so. Our next one's going to involve us sitting all the way back. Okay, so let your back finally rest a little bit, but I still want you sitting up tall. You're going to place your hands on your legs, and we're going to start here on this right side. You're going to take that hand, you're going to push down on your leg, But at the same time, you're going to try to lift that foot up off the floor. So it's called a resisted knee lift. Okay, so my right hand's pushing down, my right leg's coming up, and then I'm relaxing. And you can really feel that working on your core. So let's actually place that left hand right there on our tummy. Right hand's on our leg, ready, push down, lift up, and then relax. You can feel those muscles engage. Let's do it again. And relax. Again. Relax. Again. Good. Let's keep going if you can. Feel those lower muscles tightening up. Two more. Okay, let's shift over to the left side. Same thing. You're pushing down with that left hand, left leg's coming up. Can you imagine if we did this every single day? We'd be looking pretty good. We'd all have beach bodies, right? I'm sure there's a lot of you that wouldn't want to be in a swimsuit. That is okay. We'll do two more. We're going to stay at the back of the chair and do a modified leg lift. So usually when we're doing leg lifts with me in my classes, you're just raising one leg at a time and we're lifting them straight out. On this one, we're going to keep our knees bent. We're going to hold on to the arms of our chair. If you don't have arms, you can hold on to the seat of your chair, but I'd recommend holding to the back side of it, not in the front, because that causes you to come forward and around your back. So I'm going to hold on to the arms of my chair. You're going to sit up nice and tall, and before we even begin, I want you to kind of pull those tummy muscles in, okay? Now, whenever you pull your tummy muscles in, you should not be holding your breath. You should be able to talk. So I want you to just engage those tummy muscles, holding onto your chair. You're going to lift up both feet off the floor, and then you're going to bring them slowly back down. Now, the reason I have you tighten up these muscles is it helps support your lower back. If you have a lot of pain on this one, you can just do 1 foot at a time, and you still get a good lower tummy workout. But if you feel comfortable, we're going to lift both feet. Ready? So holding on, engaging those tummy muscles, lifting both feet up, and then slowly back down. Okay? Again, engage those tummy muscles, knees are coming up, and then back down. You don't have to lift them too high to already feel those muscles work even more. They're just tightening up. And working your lower abdomen helps, again, support that lower back. They are both connected. Let's do one more and back down. All right, on this next one, go ahead and grab your towel, or if you have a resistance band, grab your resistance band. You can sit all the way back to the back of your chair on this one. And we are going to place our hands about shoulder distance apart. You're going to have your arms out straight, and we're just going to pull that band and then slowly bring it back together. Now, as we do this, you can feel your upper back, your shoulders, right here underneath your armpits. All of those muscles are going to be working on this exercise. And bring it back together. So you want to breathe out as you're pulling that band apart, and you're breathing in as it's coming back together. If that's too hard, you can bring it closer to your body. But I'm going to go ahead and bring it out because that's going to work a little bit more of my sides. This will be our last exercise before we do some stretches. So breathing out, breathing in. Let's do one more. And breathing in. Good. Go ahead and place that band down. We're going to stretch out those shoulders and then we'll move down our body. I want you to place your right arm forward. You're going to bring that arm across your body. You can bend at the elbow, and you're going to place your left hand up on that right elbow. You're going to pull that arm closer to your body. You should be feeling a stretch right there in your shoulder. We're just going to hold it about 10 seconds and then we'll relax. Okay, relax. And we're going to do the other side. So place out that left arm. You're going to bend that left elbow. Take your right hand, bring it to your elbow, and bring that arm in. Again, you should feel a stretch in that shoulder. Okay, bring it back down. We'll do each arm one more time. So right hand forward, bend that elbow, place that left hand on the elbow, pulling that arm back. And relax. Left hand forward, bend that elbow. Right hand's touching the left elbow, bringing that arm back close to our body. And relax. That one's always a good one if you're having tightness in your shoulders, to really stretch those shoulders out. Okay, this next one I need you to scoot forward in your chair. And we are going to swivel in our seat if you can. I know some of you are probably using recliners, so if you can do this, go ahead and try. You're going to take your left knee, so we're all facing toward the right. You're going to take that left knee and just try to bring it back. You should be feeling a stretch right there in the hip. You can hold onto your chair. If you feel like you're going to fall out of your chair, go ahead and move yourself back. Okay? And now we're going to swivel the other way, facing toward the left. Take that right foot, drop it back, feel that stretch in your hip. If you're not feeling it, you might have to bring that back even further. Some people are pretty flexible, so you might have to bring your toe all the way back to feel that stretch right there in your hip. Okay. We're going to switch and do each side one more time, facing toward the right, taking that left foot, bringing it back. Again, if this is what you're feeling as a stretch, just stay right here. If you're not feeling a stretch with your knee just back that distance, you can bring that foot back even further. Stretching out your hip flexor muscles, which actually get really tight if you sit for a long time. Okay, last one. Okay, and come back to center. We're going to do one more hip stretch. You're going to come to the front of the chair, extend out your right foot. Now you're going to take that foot, you're going to bring it out to the side. Keeping your back straight, you're hinging at your hips, coming forward. You feel that stretch in your hip, a little bit in the inner thigh. Keeping your neck neutral, so your neck's not bending forward, it's not lifted up. Bring it back in, sitting up tall. We're going to do that one more time. Bring that foot out to the side. Hinging at our hips, keeping our back nice and straight. Sitting back up, bringing that foot in. Switch to the other side. We're almost through. Bring that foot out to the side. Hinge at the hips, keep that back straight. Okay, sitting up, bringing that foot back in. Let's do our last one. Foot out to the side, hinging forward. Coming back up and back in. Good job, everyone. I don't know about you, but I definitely feel that along my spine. Hopefully you enjoyed today's class at the core of it. See you next time.